solving Canada's housing crisis, the federal government's come up with a plan. Do we think this is going to work? I'm not sure. Let's dive in. I'm Nick with Crozier Realty. We cover the GTA from Mississauga and the Etobicoke real estate market. We have a team that runs out of South Mississauga. Follow along, subscribe, hit below if you like this video and you want to learn more about what's happening in the market. So what is the point of this? What are they rolling out? Essentially rolling out a housing catalog that's going to have 50 different designs for low income density properties, meaning that the government is going to roll these properties out. Depending on the region you're in, there's going to be a blueprint of what it's going to look like, what you need to do, what the setback zoning requirements are, so that either the government's going to build the homes or a developer, an end user, they're also going to be able to build these homes to provide more housing and affordable rental rates. So we're going to jump into Ontario because that's how they're divided out on, and there's going to be 7 that they have designed already that are going to go out. So the first one's going to be an accessory dwelling. So this is going to be if you want to do an ADU at the back of your home and you're putting in. So they have 2 different designs. They have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, which is about 634 square feet. And they have a second one, which is going to be a bigger one. It's a 3-bedroom option, which is going to be about 1,000 square feet. Now, now we're getting into the developers, the government, what they're going to be putting in. Number 1 is the stacked townhouse option. So this is going to be where it's going to be a side-by-side property, or you're going to have what from the photos and what we can see, it'll be 2 different doors that will kind of go into 2 separate ways. They're going to have 2 different designs for that style of property as well. 1 to 3 bedrooms on those, and then 1 to 4 bedrooms. So looks like they have one where it's going to be a smaller option and then a bigger option to put in more bedrooms. Their next one for Ontario is going to be the 4-plex option. So to put in perspective, some of the regions have duplexes and triplexes. So they're jumping right to 4-plex, which means it's going to be 4 units in one building. And then there's going to be 2 different designs for that. One design is going to be about a total of 3,264 square feet. The other one's going to be 3,897. And lastly, there's a 6-plex option for Ontario to put in, and that one's going to be about 4,800 square feet or so. And that one looks like it's going to be comprised of 1- and 2-bedroom units. So that's kind of the plan they're rolling out from Ontario. That's what you're going to see coming to whether it be Etobicoke, Mississauga, Burlington, pretty much anywhere in Ontario, you're going to see these properties. So by spring 2025, we should see how it's going to work, a little bit more information about it. This isn't the first time they've done it. Do we think it's going to work? I'm not too sure. I mean, more housing is what we need. Putting in supply is going to be amazing. We're just going to see on how easy or hard it's going to be within the municipalities to get zoning regulations, to get approvals. So those are all little things that we don't know the answers to yet, but it should be interesting to see. Personally, they're all really nice designs. I think they're really cool. They got modern looking properties. So I'm very curious to find out now why they're doing this is because this isn't the first time Canada's done this. Now, this would have been back in after World War II when there was a housing shortage, right? They built over 46,000 homes. These were known as the Victoria housing homes or the Strawberry Box houses, known as wartime homes, and those were for the veterans that were returning back from war. So that one went on for a little while. Those were built in the suburbs across Canada. Main cities you saw were Toronto, Ottawa, and Halifax. It built out another 26,000 worth of rental housing units for the same war workers. So they're aiming for at least about 300,000 new homes. With the anticipation of this new housing plan to move out, they've also removed the GST, which will be taxes for developers to produce these new homes. So by doing so, this plan is going on for about the next 10 years or so, up until 2036 is what the approvals will be approved to be built by. So it'll be interesting to see. They're pumping in almost $15 billion worth of funding and government funding that's going to go towards building construction loans and developers who are going to provide rental housing and co-op apartment situations for people. So from what we're seeing, from what is rolling out, it sounds really good. Everything sounds great on paper. Now, of this amount of homes, how many will actually get built and across the line? We're not too sure yet. Optimistic to hear about these plans. They look really awesome. So I'm very curious to see if you guys really think this will or won't work, or if it will be something that can be beneficial to Canada, or if this will really help the housing crisis we have. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to work? Do you think this is actually a plan that will get enacted? Now, the Strawberry Homes did work for a short period of time. It was only made to happen for a short period of time. So do you think this will actually bring more homes over the next 10 years or so? very curious to know what you guys think. You know, politics change. This was a big topic in Ontario in terms of the government and the policies that everybody was talking about. Housing seems to be the critical point that they were zoning in on. So very curious. Let me know what you think of the homes, the designs. Do you think the government's actually going to support this across the country? What do you think is going to happen? I'm very curious to know. Leave all your comments down below. Love to hear from you.